Gladly chosen. Subscribe to the channel. I'm just getting off work. I'm gonna do this topic on what was this topic gonna be on today? Um, Basically this topic. Oh, this is what my topic was. Matter of fact, I'm gonna sit up. My topic was based upon uh, whenever you get a criminal record, it's easy to get in stuff, but it's hard to get out of it. That was one of the reasons that I decided not even contribute into that type of lifestyle. So I did some things whenever I was in my teenage years. Like one time I was 17, I got charged with something. You know how they are. They ain't charged me till I was an adult. So that was the first thing on my record. I didn't know the severity of all that stuff like I do now. Then when I was 23, messing with the wrong person. They done drove my car or whatever. Because they drove my car, you know how it go. You know how the game go. So those are two things that's on my record. But anyway, with that being said, like I always say, I went to go apply to this particular place, and this woman, she told me, she was like, your background is, you got this on your background, your credit. She was like, you'll never be able to get a place with us and all that. And she was, man, she was rude. Day one, she was rude. Day one. I ain't say nothing out the way to her. I was very respectful to her, very patient or whatever. So something told me, Erica, you've been, since you have had these little things on your record, these two little scratches, from one of them 17 years ago, the other one, how many years? 11. So, you know, God's speaking to my spirit. Girl, don't let nobody doom you and tell you that it's impossible for you to overcome any obstacles. If I want you to do it, that's what's gonna happen. No man can do anything. So I asked her, I said, well, how do I go about doing an appeal? I don't know, ma'am. I don't know about how you go about doing an appeal. I was like, is there a higher authority I could talk to? No, ma'am. Whenever you're denied, you're just denied. So I got online, looked up some stuff, and lo and behold, I could do an appeal. So I did an appeal. So I called the office or whatever, and I asked. I didn't even ask to speak to the lady because by this time I ain't want her. I ain't want to let my left hand know what my right hand was doing. So dang on. I called up there. Somebody else answered the phone. And that was God. I'm like, I like to know about the appeal and grievance procedure. And she's like, well, I don't know anything about that, ma'am. I said, all right. So the woman ended up calling me back saying, I talked to the manager. She wants your name. I gave her your phone number. So I'm thinking to myself, you know, if this is our right, if it's a citizen right, why does she want to know my name? That's because she want to be a step ahead and know how to combat. So, so I ain't tell the woman my name or whatever. The woman I talked to on the phone. So, like I was saying, so I ended up speaking to the lady or whatever, and I called her the next day. I said, I would like to ask you about a grievance and an appeal procedure. She was like, ma'am, you're not able to do that. And I said, I'm not able to do it. I said, well, I looked online and I saw that it was a procedure that I followed to be able to do an appeal. You want an appeal because you were denied? I said, yeah, I do. I do want an appeal. I understand I was denied, but the things that I was denied for was a decade or so ago. And if there's a way for me to exonerate myself, that's what I'm gonna do. So she was like, well, ma'am, I don't know what to tell you and all this stuff. Now, mind you, about 2 weeks ago, I called her after she gave me her phone number and her name. I called her. She was like, what'd she say? She said, I told you not to call me. I'll call you. Ooh, she was nasty. So I'm thinking to myself, she said it so good, I almost believed her. So I thought about it. If she told me that she won't call, not call her, she'll call me. Why the hell she give me her phone number and her name? So that proves. So like I was saying though, so I called her today. She was irate with me, man. She was like, ma'am, you have this on your record. Your credit score is this and that. So she was like, you got some couple utilities bills or whatever. So I'm thinking. Then she switched it. She said, ma'am, you may not be the one with the utility bills. So now she breaking it all the way down to me. My everything. How this and how that. No. So finally she's still being some type of way. I said, ma'am, I just want to know about this grievance and appeals procedure. And I said, well, you talking in circles. At first you told me that it wasn't a way to appeal. Now you saying you don't know. Well, I can give it to my regional manager because you know I ain't type to give up. So make a long story short, honest to God, she told me, she said, I'm not used to people challenging me. Whenever I tell them that they've been denied, that's just it. I've never had this situation happen where people they try to do an appeal. I couldn't believe it. I mean, throughout the whole office, she ain't never received or ran across nobody like me. Not saying that I am gonna get it or it's worth the fight, but when you tell me that I'm doomed for the rest of my life, and there's nothing that I could do, and they say that I can do an appeal, and you not trying to let me do the appeal, and you talking to me hatefully, I ain't rocking like that. So I told her, I said, look, baby, I said I put the appeal in the mail. I know I got a certain amount of time to do that by law, and I said from day one you've been making this difficult for me. She said you've been making it difficult for me too. I said why? Because I'm exercising my right. Now I know I sound like an a-hole, but honest to God, the way that this woman came off of me, man, she was rude, bruh. She was rude. Whenever I knocked on the door, she did like this, put her head back like, did you have an appointment today? I said, yes, I did. Demeanor changed. Then she acting all hood kind of like, you know what I'm saying? As I'm sitting there at the table doing the paperwork and stuff. She give me her name and number. I call her. Don't call me. I'll call you. I get a denial. She tell me it ain't nothing she could do about it. I tell her I want to appeal it. She sitting here, man, come on, that's somebody that ain't trying to see you prosper. I said, look, bruh. I said, I done got in trouble. I said, I done did an appeal to go to a private school. I done appeal a decision to get full custody of my kids. I done did an appeal to so many different places and fought so many court trials. Like I just ain't the one for it no more, because I know that people will try to use the worst weapons that they could possibly use against you. And at this point, God is giving me the tools that I need to be able to defeat all that and maneuver through that. So what my topic is, you do them appeals, you advocate for yourself. It ain't over. It ain't the end of the road at all. You keep going, you keep striving, you keep pushing. You be around others that push you, uplift you, and build you. Because that's what it's about. You need people that have been through something. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them throw the book, like I say. Gladly chosen, subscribe to the channel. Man, that woman, she ended up apologizing to me and telling me she never ran across this before. She said, well, I don't know what to tell you because I never been in this situation. I told her, I said, well, maybe we could both learn something. You don't know, I ain't tell her this part. I said, basically, like, you don't know your job and I don't know the procedure. So we both gonna learn something. So I'm gonna keep rocking. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep striving. I ain't gonna let nobody put their foot on my neck. I ain't let nobody put their foot on my neck. And I ain't even mean that disrespectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because that's been being said. But gladly chosen, subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do. Have a good one.